Logic.
I got a date with destiny. My heart says yeah, but can't convince the rest of me. I tried so hard to make it with no recipe. My selfish ways caught up and got the best of me.
Alright guys, what's up? So I want to make this video for mobility, some of the work that I do before I actually get to the workout, get to the exercise. I'm actually spending 35 minutes, 40 minutes stretching, just opening up, those tissues, tight muscles. This video specifically is going to be for your lower body, legs, hamstrings, ankles, specifically ankles and calves. And I think this video is so important for people who are like sitting all day, you're at your desk, you're driving a lot, mainly because I do those things. I sit in my school, I commute to school for my university, and so the ankles always spent dorsiflex, which means that your toes are coming closer to the front of your shins, and so over time that calf, the front calf, and your gastrocnemius get all tightened up. So I do a lot of work to stretch that out and get me ready to squat pain-free. I do a lot of special work where I wrap a band around my ankles and squat and hold that position for 4 minutes. I do a lot of IT band TFL work. So I'm actually going to show you what I'm doing. What I've recorded myself doing these stretches and mobility work. So let's actually get to it. Alright, so here we're actually going to be starting with opening up my TFLs. I usually start this first before everything, but I want to tell everyone that I usually do 10 minutes of cardio, just warm up, just get up on the Stairmaster. I think that's the best in terms of getting blood moving throughout your whole body. So I have the ball really a couple inches away from, not on my IT band directly, so a couple inches more on the quadriceps, basically where the quadriceps and the IT band are sitting, and I'm just really rolling it out, and I'm resting that ball in that area, and just moving my leg up and down for about 20 times each leg. And I usually do this movement very slowly, just to really feel the tissues and get that separation, get the IT bands separated from the quadriceps. So basically the quadriceps are free to move, and they're not all stuck together from all the tightness and sitting. And I usually just repeat this for both sides. So again, you can see that before I start, I place the ball and I find where my IT band is, and come a couple inches to the right of that, and it's almost near the TFL. It's not exactly. I'm not actually going at the TFL. It's gonna be pretty much the quadricep. Very. It's like the border of the quadricep and where the IT band meets in that area. So I can just loosen up the connections and the junked up tissue that's been made from sitting down all day, and my quadriceps shortened. So I really think that I think number one gets the process started for my mobility. Alright, so what we're actually going to be doing here is after I've done the TFL work, IT band quad work, I'm actually going to be stretching out my calves here. And I really this is so important for me, because my calves, the front of my calves, my gastrocnemius, they get tightened from all the driving and the sitting all the time. So I really do this. I mean, this is a phenomenal exercise. I mean, it's painful, but you feel so good after this. Pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm kneeling. So you can just start out with a kneeling position, and You can tell here that my calves are still pretty tight, but as time goes by, as I'm spend like 4 minutes doing this. But another thing that you need to know is doing proper breathing techniques. It's almost like muscle energy. So what you want to do here is you want to hold your breath for 30 seconds at a time, and I hold my breath for about 30 seconds and I just sit into it, and then after 30 seconds I release. This will really help you to allow the muscle to stretch into that new range. So your body will basically forget about the muscle being stretched that it's not used to and focus on, oh my god, you're not breathing. So this will really allow you to get and stretch into new ranges of motion and really allow you to become more flexible, improve your mobility. So as you can see here, I'm actually I'm sitting more and more deeper as I'm kneeling. Another thing what I'm doing is, as I'm holding my breath, you can see my toes. I'm actually pushing down on the floor at the same time, like as hard as I can while holding my breath for 30 seconds at a time. So basically I'm flexing the muscle and then stretching it. So what that does is it really gets that deeper stretch, because you're flexing the muscle and then you're stretching it out. So you're actually going to get the entire muscle and you're going to get that deep stretch throughout. And trust me, doing this at 4 minutes at a time, and after those 4 minutes, you're trying to stand up, but because the muscle's so relaxed, it's really difficult to stand up for about 15-20 seconds. But you feel amazing, and your squats, your lower leg work is so much better. Anything you're doing, lunges, it's so beneficial, guys. I can't tell you. So I sit here usually for 4 minutes, try to get as deep as I can, and remember that my toes, I'm really pushing off the ground with near the front of my foot, near the front top of my foot, and I'm doing like 30 seconds at a time. I'm holding my breath, then pushing down on the floor, and then sitting back at the same time. So that's really getting the gastrocnemius, the front of the calf, really stretched out here. So this is a very important exercise to do, in my opinion. It'll really give you some great results. Alright, so this is actually the last stretch I'm going to show you guys. I promise I'm going to do more videos. This is just a really quick one to really get out of the gate. Here I have these bands wrapped around my feet, but they go all the way up my ankle, and I'm going to show you how I do that as well. This is sort of a modified form of the compression bands technique that Kelly Starrett uses. I usually wrap these around my ankles and my feet, and then I sit in a deep squat position, and at the same time I'm opening up the I'm really getting the mobility of my ankles and loosening up all the tight ankle tissues that are like restricting my ankle mobility, and at the same time I'm really getting a good calf stretch, the back of my calf. So at the same time here, I'm really leaning forward as I'm doing this, and occasional rocking back, and I'm really focusing. For me, I have an issue with the back of my feet tend to like raise up a lot, and that's mainly because of the range of motion and the flexibility issues. So I've been getting a lot better with this by just keeping my feet planted, and even though I'm not getting as far forward as I want to be, I am improving. Basically, again, using these muscle energy techniques where I'm holding my breath, and I'm just I almost do like a calf raise and then lean forward and then come back down, and that allows the body to get into that new position, and I release my breath. So this is like 30 seconds holding your breath, getting into that, stretch, flex the muscle, stretch, and then sit, get into that new range, and then release your breath. So your body just relaxes into that new I guess, range without, you know, panicking or without restricting. So I usually do this for about 4 minutes, and I tend to focus on whichever calf is tighter, whichever foot is tighter, and this really, I think, really finishes off the ankle mobility and calf, you know, stretch off, and gets me ready for my workouts. Because I mean, if you're squatting like I'm squatting, you really want your ankles to be pain-free, you want that range of motion, and you just want your hips to be open. Because I mean, squatting, I mean, this is not only just ankles, but this is like your calves, your hips, your everything. So as you can see here, I'm actually raising my ankles, leaning forward, getting into that new position, and then pressing my heels as far into the ground as I can, so I can force the tissue to open up more and get me into that new, I guess, new range of motion. So I'm gonna show you in a later video how I wrap my feet with these bands. These bands have been so helpful. You can buy them on Rogue Fitness, and they're phenomenal. They can be used for not just your feet, but your shoulders, ankles, anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you like it, and thank you for watching.